Good morning, everyone. I truly hope that you have a very pleasant day ahead of you. Today is August 11th, and I wanted to remind you that the solar eclipse is set to begin tomorrow on August 12th. It is going to be a truly remarkable celestial event that you certainly will not want to miss. This solar eclipse has so much, really so much to do with finding our true path in life. It is a very important, pivotal time for all of us, and very significant, life-altering changes will be created during this period. And the best analogy I can possibly give you to help visualize this is that we are currently driving along a busy highway, and suddenly there are many different exits appearing before us, each leading to a completely new destination. Where do these exits take us? It is very important that we know and have awareness and take guidance from our own GPS to find the right path. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the presence of my higher self, who is here, is with me, and is my guide. The biggest impact this solar eclipse will have, as I mentioned in previous videos, is on Leo and Aquarius, meaning they are going to take on an infinite number of brand new qualities. And for those of us who happen to not be Leo or Aquarius, it is really going to affect our lives in unique ways, depending entirely on exactly where these transits are impacting our personal birth charts. In this process, Virgos and Geminis will make significant progress, but they need to be mindful. A conscious Virgo and a conscious Gemini who have lived in the path of truth will make great progress. As for the rest, anyone who is lying will have their mask fall off. But they will experience very positive changes. If Leos and Aquarians are in a high vibration, if they see the truth within themselves, massive transformations will happen to them, to the point where they won't even recognize themselves 2 years from now. In general, all of us, all 12 signs or the entire planet, from the leader to the person sweeping the streets, from the revolutionary defending a party to the person sitting in a corner, in their own solitude, having reached awareness, we will see that strange internal and external transformations will happen to everyone over the next 18 months. For some, it might happen tomorrow. For others, it might have already happened a few days ago. And for some, it might be 6 or 8 months from now. But within the next 2 years, these changes, the seed I am planting today, the level of awareness I possess, will show me which highway exit I have taken and where I am heading. Some exits lead to the desert. Some exits lead to a valley where we fall, and some exits take us to paradise, opening the gates of heaven for us. That is precisely why we need to understand where we are, what we are doing with our time, and ultimately how to take the right exit in our lives to ensure we stay on the correct path. If we just take an exit blindly simply because some meditation told us to, or because someone else said so, or perhaps because a spiritual leader suggested it, if we go forward unconsciously, just like ants or like sheep, we will inevitably fall into the deep valley. And as you all know, there are millions of parallel universes out there, each with its own path and its own potential for us to discover. We take these quiet exits from the highway, and suddenly we throw ourselves into an entirely different parallel universe. In doing so, we change the path of our lives. So if you have stepped out of your comfort zone, know that it is for your own good and benefit. Those who don't budge and say, "It's safe right here, I won't make a move unless I see a clear path," they will not grow at all. They are in a deep slumber, and they will die in that same slumber. They are just passing the days until they reach 70, 80, 90, and their time of death comes, and they die, and we here on this channel don't want to end up there. We all want to make the best use of every minute of our lives, don't we? However, For those who find it particularly difficult to adapt, like Tauruses, Aquariuses, or even Cancers, it can be incredibly hard for them to finally move out of their familiar comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Leo itself has a leadership power. It is reigning there, and it is difficult for it to have the world shake and their life shake along with it. But we must know that everything is changing, and we should embrace this change with open arms. This is in alignment with our soul. Even water will become stagnant if it stays still. So change is good. Change means that I am getting onto the right path. I am not standing still. Like someone who wakes up every morning and walks on a treadmill but doesn't go anywhere. But there is someone who walks around the world, and the difference between this wisdom and ignorance, the difference between awareness and, what do they call it? Following the matrix world, is where it becomes clear where we are, what level our awareness is at, and what we are doing to ourselves. No one is doing anything to me. I am the one who by myself takes myself to those heights, or makes myself miserable, hopeless, and sick. This issue is like a staircase. If it's in a social position that is on a much higher step, those at the very top, they shake more, they fall more, and that's why we hear news that political leaders have had their masks removed. Those false heroes we had created, their masks were removed, the truth came out, and their lives are worse. The one who is on the second step, when they fall, it doesn't matter much to them, but the one who falls from the top of the ladder, their life changes significantly. So where do we stand? How much are we living with lies? How much are we deceiving others? And how much are we being honest with ourselves? That is where it becomes relevant. It's not about fooling others anymore. I can no longer fool the universe in these 18 months. The truths will come to light. Who is a leader? Who is honest? Who is a liar? Who is a charlatan? And those who know me, they know. At least these 3,000 and some people who have been with me for years, and welcome to those who are new and whose hearts resonate with my words. Thank you for your presence. But if you feel that there is even 1% of dishonesty in my words, I ask you, you don't belong in this channel, leave. I really can't give you anything, and I'm just wasting your time because you're not at that level at all. But for those to whom my honesty has been proven, I haven't sold them anything, nor have I lied to them. I have defended the truth. I don't mention names when I talk about things because, well, YouTube is sensitive about names and might cut me off, and I'm not a political commentator to say that the president of such and such place went here today, went to this country, went there. I am speaking very generally. I am talking from a spiritual level. I am talking from a spiritual level, and it is not my place to say that Mr. or Ms. So-and-so is a liar, or that Mr. So-and-so is wrong. Then bring up other channels, and then say that so-and-so is right, so-and-so is wrong. This is not my job. As I said, I am not a political commentator. I am someone who has reached the truth, and here I am telling you, those who have trusted me, those who have come under this banner, that as long as you are with me, you are safe. And the rest, as I said, are always like weeds, going everywhere, commenting everywhere, checking out everything. I really thank you. I am taking up your time, but please leave here. My words are specifically intended for those who truly know me, those who have personally tested my honesty over time and know it to be genuine. And if you happen to be new here, if these words resonate with you deeply without you needing to make any baseless judgments about how this specific thing is wrong or that person said something incorrect, then I ask you, I am telling you directly, please do not waste your valuable time here, because honestly, you simply won't get anything meaningful out of it. The next thing I want to say is, where is your spiritual step? If the spiritual steps that we all have, we are standing at a point from 1 to 100 on these steps. Now is the time that we are going up, not 1 step, but 10 steps in these 18 months. Some go up 100 steps, some, even at step 99, they reach 100. It is a very important time for us to know where we are in terms of consciousness, where we are in terms of love and light, and to help ourselves go up 1 step. Those individuals who mistakenly believe they possess true awareness simply because they are living within the confines of the matrix world are destined to face a harsh reality, and they will inevitably fall. They will inevitably fall quite hard, and those individuals who are truly looking for ways to improve themselves, to reach and love themselves, and to reach the truth for themselves, they will be elevated. And as I have always said, you will simply not find true happiness, lasting peace, and the ultimate truth in fortune telling. So please do not go looking for it there, because it is not the path you should be taking. These things give you a link. An astrologer who talks about leadership, saying, soon this will happen, such and such a leader will come, or creates a hero for you. An astrologer whose own life is full of sorrow, meaning they don't even manage their own life and have become a prisoner of astrology. They might be a good astrologer, but they have become a prisoner of astrology. Do not listen to them, because they will bring your energy down. None of the stars are bad for us. The stars are just like my classroom teachers, and I really can't say, oh, because this guy is teaching me geography, I don't want to learn anything in class right now. In the same way, I have to be open to learning from every single star. I also hate my history teacher because they are teaching me history and I have to sit here and cry. I really do have to be sad. It is knowledge, it is science. I am responsible. If I think I know a little bit about the stars, a little bit about love, I've found a little bit of my own light, I've gained a little bit of knowledge, I've gained awareness. I must also say that the teacher is one, the lesson is one. It's the students who decide what they take from it. From the same classroom, a murderer can emerge and a spiritual master can also emerge in that very same class. So first one must read the teacher's energy. The energy of a spiritual master. Everyone has become a master like a weed, and others also respect everyone, calling everyone doctor and calling them spiritual master. And little by little, I, who work for, say, a Dr. Weed, have been called doctor so much that after 6 months, I start using the title for myself. I say, I am Dr. So-and-so. And the person who is listening just looks down and sheepishly says, well, actually, this is a doctor. That one has become a therapist. That other one talks about yoga, but their own life is a mess. How are they going to give me peace? Those who practice hypnosis and say they were in Dr. A's class, they have to prove it. The hypnosis classes that people attended, your language level needs to be at a medical level, meaning you have to know medical terminology, and I personally had a problem with this whole thing. 25 years ago when I went, I didn't understand a lot of what was being said. The difference between the subconscious and, because you have to split the brain, the subconscious, the conscious mind, the Akashic mind, all of these, I remember in class, I really couldn't, my English wasn't at that level where I could distinguish them. And honestly, in any language, I couldn't really mix them up, the left part, the thing, because you're opening up the brain. And I wasn't a brain surgeon to understand it. And I remember my professor told me, because I kept asking, what's the difference between this and that? Where do they converge? I would also ask strange questions that he couldn't even answer himself. Then he kept telling me to come and sit in the front. Then one day I said, look, the questions I'm asking, I'm not deaf that I need to keep sitting closer. I want you to break down the difference between this and that for me. And then, one by one, the students said, if you don't answer this, we won't come to your class either. Then he puts up a sign saying, I've gone to Dr. Cannon's method and I'm doing hypnosis. Or an astrologer who sells you meditation. I am not at all anti-astrologer. I am not against anyone at all. I leave the judgment up to you. These are exits where you go and fall into a valley and there is no way back. The links you get are first mental illness, shortness of breath, problems with blood flow, strange headaches, dizziness, muscle pain. These are the links that you have acquired. Because of your purity and unawareness, you went and opened a door to a house and got linked. They also give you links from the world of darkness, and what is the result of that? Physical illnesses, mental illnesses, hopelessness, fear. And you don't realize that back when you were searching for a truly good school, you actually ended up at the school of some miserable astrologer. This is someone who just went and took a single basic course, studied astrology for a little while, and honestly, they don't even make much money from it at all. Because either they have to read charts to make money, maybe they don't have a real perspective, they can't make ends meet, or their YouTube channel has to have millions of views to make good money, or they have to sell you meditation. Today is the 2nd of the month. Meditation opens up the blockage of, I don't know, whatever. I will find your soulmate for you. Anyone who says, I will find your soulmate for you through meditation, it means they don't know the laws of the universe at all. Now come, I'll do Reiki on you because I'm an astrologer and then I'll add 4 of those stars that know about it, and they'll throw you into a valley, they'll throw you into hell. But you were aware, well, not aware, you were honest about wanting to go and gain awareness, but you went the wrong way. So you should know that not everything is the right time for now. It was 100 years ago. I used to lie, and my work would get done too. The astrologer is making money in a different way. But please don't get caught up in this exhausting trend of going out to buy fake, low-quality things. And definitely stop listening to a whole bunch of, honestly, just really stupid things that don't actually add any real value to your life. There are actually some astrologers who are busy translating content from another language, and they have recently started their own channels to practice as astrologers. It is quite an interesting trend. Well, it's natural that someone who wants to, for example, translate my work isn't going to say exactly this. They'll add some extra fluff and embellishments to it, and those very embellishments will bring you misery. And then my ego grows so much, I see so many followers saying, bravo, bravo, so what do I do? I say, I'll even give you the lottery numbers. For those born in Farvardin, number 57. For those in Ordebehesht, such and such. For this one, such and such. And like sheep, others write it down. And then the person asks you to write, to leave a comment, put number 5, put such and such number so it gets fixed. Put the Prophet's name, put Muhammad, put Michael, and you see a bunch of sheep have typed Michael, 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 Michael. You click the link, and the money went into that person's account. How much of your day are you held captive by these YouTubers? From August 12th onwards, all these seeds that you had been planting daily through others start to reflect in your own personal life in your brain. And this is the last chance for me to become aware, to bring the truth out of the commercial world, out of the matrix, out of the world where someone else is making money from my ignorance, and pull myself out. when I look at these groups where someone presents themselves as a doctor and says, I don't know, apply Vaseline. Another one says that 2 days later, add Vaseline with baking powder. Apply baking powder, baking powder, baking powder, everyone. 100 people write baking powder like sheep without thinking. Why should I write baking powder? Why should I write number 5? Why should I write which city I'm from for this doctor? Do you ask yourselves? Think about it. I want to give you some awareness today. And then I say, write your opinion, your experience in this. Write number 5, write Mina, write Yalda. Well, you just write it, don't you? I get 300 of them. Yalda, Yalda, Yalda. Then those people who are aware, when they look at me, they say, what was that? This person was giving us awareness. In the middle, I sold you a package, and in the middle, I also sold you meditation. I also threw in 4 random things that have nothing to do with the star. And after that, with the comments you left, type number 5, type Vaseline, type soup recipe, type this and that. I made money too. Now, I want you to go and really judge for yourself exactly where in your busy day you get involved. And tell me if you're one of those people who writes Vaseline. Well, where exactly are we going with Vaseline? I mean, what is the point of that, really? We are heading towards a superpower, a human superpower. We are going to become superhumans. For me, writing that someone says I'm with the Pleiadians is like, to me, it's like a movie, a comedy movie. It's a joke to me, and I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Contact with the Pleiadians isn't like that at all. Going to 4 churches and 4 mosques and sitting like this and repeat after me, read after me, say after me. And the other one says, you say it too. Say this, say that. We are bringing religion back again. We are bringing superstition back again with their own small brains. Now it's trendy to say, I am also connecting with the Pleiadians, and they gave this message. They didn't give any message. They don't have a message that you could see as something strange coming out of this person. The same things that are on YouTube are enough. They just watch for 5 minutes and write it down as if they memorized it. Now I have the Pleiadians reporting to me. Your spouse is the same. I am the same. They say the portals will open on August 12th. On 8/8, the portals will open. It wasn't 8 at all. Last year was 8/8/8. This year wasn't 8/8/8. Essentially, they have just taken a bunch of random headlines and effectively created an entirely new market for themselves. And you who are throwing yourself into a well are also recommending it to others. Come on, come join this meditation. We are praying for the health of such and such leader. In our countries, people are dying, our soldiers are being killed. Through leaders, why should I meditate for the leader? For the leader. Did Rumi also become enlightened like this? Did Shams tell Rumi, come, I will sell you meditation so you can find your peace? Did Gandhi also sit from morning till night watching YouTube to reach enlightenment, to reach humanity? Does the Dalai Lama also sit from morning till night to see which short video shows who danced, who went with whom, who got divorced, who dances more beautifully, what dress was worn at which wedding, or which toilet it was? Or maybe I am watching those YouTubers who teach me exactly where I can go and what specific tricks I can use to find new people. It is all about trying to find a potential partner through a bit of clever trickery, which is honestly quite a fascinating process to learn about. Female tactics, male tactics. How to attract women. This is my nature. I have to change from within to be able to get the group I like, not with this lady's meditation or that one's, not with the advice of some charlatan. Do those who are successful in life have as much time as those who watch short videos all day, look at jokes, see what celebrities are doing, what the fashion is, who went where from where? These are entertainments that give you a mental illness and you don't even know it. You say, I'm enjoying today, the world is messed up, this is how I have fun. No, my dear, you're getting linked. And for me, when I look from the outside at a society where a group of happy souls, Dr. Khan said we will be divided into two parts. One group is exiting towards spiritual elevation, reaching their powers, and another group is heading towards falling into a pit of despair, misery, ignorance, and following charlatans. I didn't say this. Dr. Khan said this. Someone I respect, someone who truly gave me knowledge with complete honesty, without fear, for the greater good. Now there is also someone who brings Dr. Khan in and exploits him. But go and listen to the original. Instead of translating astrology, instead of translating the words of Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is a very knowledgeable person, I am the one imitating. I am the one creating a channel for Dr. Joe Dispenza, posting meditations, translating, repeating his words, and adding 4 more things on top of them. What was my goal in the beginning? Why did I choose this path? Because I don't have my own wisdom, because I don't have knowledge within myself. I went to a session once or twice and said, wow, this person is making so much money. Let me also start a channel from here, and I'll start a channel and make money. I sell you meditation. Group meditation. The person who organized it only has money in mind. You don't gain awareness through meditation. By sitting alone in silence, Muhammad was silent for 40 days and the message came to him. Jesus likewise. All spiritual people. Hafiz didn't go to buy meditation. To say in a group, come on, everyone in the city, let's gather and meditate together. These are marketing tactics in the spiritual world, and on August 12th, you determine your own path. I'm turning away from this path and taking this other exit. I'm done with this exit. This exit leads me to hell, and this exit, I know where this exit is going. Because what comes from the heart reaches the heart. Astrologers have all attended the same class. They can all interpret to some extent. What is the situation right now? They are all the same. One person smooths it over and sells products. Another sits there talking like a radio, but you don't get anything from them because they are just satisfying themselves. The more they continue to talk and the longer they drag the whole thing out, the more money actually ends up coming directly into my account. I don't state the point at the beginning. I draw you in. These are the fundamental rules of the game, and honestly, I am the only one who really has to understand them and grasp how they work. I think when I look at these people who write, they are writing lottery numbers. They don't ask, Mom, if you know how to predict the lottery, go get the numbers for yourself instead of sitting on YouTube for an extra $10, coming up with all these ideas every night when you wake up and say, tomorrow I'll make money this way, I'll give out lottery numbers. First, go buy a lottery ticket, win, and your name will become famous in the world. I mean, it will be recorded. Then I will follow you. These are the essential questions that we really need to take the time to ask ourselves throughout this coming week. This seed that I am planting today will give me results in 7 years. What tree am I eating from? What seed am I planting? What I am today is the same seed I planted 18 years ago. It was a poisonous seed, and now I'm hopeless, I'm sick, I'm mentally unstable, I'm lost, I'm looking for therapy, I'm looking for a way out, I've lost my way. You planted this seed 18 years ago. So let's plant a good seed today. A seed that has honesty. A seed where I don't wear a mask anymore. I'm not joining the line for suicides. For me, it's really just that they are standing there to sign up for suicide. Those who go to places that aren't appropriate listen every day, applaud and cheer, and like sheep, whatever he says, write it down. I'll write it in my comments too. If you've seen it, if you want to change, don't go there anymore. These are the signs. There are a million other signs too. If I choose not to show my face, especially as someone talking about something as deep as spirituality, you might be wondering, why don't I show it? It is a fair question. Is it a beauty contest? What kind of contest is it? Actually, you have a problem yourself. You have a complex. You have a hang-up that you're terrified of showing yourself. Or I'm reading from a script. Copy, paste, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Now, do we want to be sheep, sign up for the suicide line, or do we want to achieve spiritual elevation? The time to decide is now. If you go on the highway without awareness, you'll get into an accident. Other cars will hit you. When other cars hit you, you also end up causing the deaths of others. So, be careful with your own driving. Awareness comes from within you. Awareness is within you. Love is within you. The problems in the life you're living are within yourself. The illnesses are within yourself. Happiness is within you. Peace is within you. You go to a seminar by someone whose face is full of sorrow, who takes you to another world with mushrooms. And lo and behold, millions of people say our lives have changed. No, your life has changed temporarily. You haven't fixed your roots from within. Because the person you listen to is also still struggling with problems. They still say anger is natural, fighting is natural, aggression is natural. If I find that I simply do not have any control over my own reactions, how could I possibly come to you as a spiritual teacher and honestly claim that showing anger, engaging in fighting, or resorting to violence is just a natural part of being human? Because I didn't have control over myself. A fight breaks out somewhere, 4 people who have a bit of muscle, some older than me, some younger than me. None of us know how to handle it because we lack power, we are afraid. We start fighting, either verbally or physically, with our bodies. We fight because we lack power, we are afraid. Basically, anger and violence stem from the fact that I lack power. I am afraid, so I attack you. What does that mean for me behind the scenes? I lack power. I control you because I lack power. I want to control you to keep you. It is the reason for my weakness. Now, sitting in the middle of us is a karate practitioner with a black belt. Do you think he's going to come and hit you? He just watches. He knows that the moment you get close to his boundary, if he does this to you, you're gone. And I want to turn those who are in this channel into black belt karate practitioners. If you are in, come with me. If you are not, go somewhere else. Because seeing someone in line in this queue, committing suicide, killing themselves, destroying themselves, and going to that world that Dr. Keenan talked about, a world where they don't even realize this world existed anymore. The world is truly dividing. Where do you want to go? Are you still waiting for a fortune teller to lay out cards for you, to read your tarot, and tell you that a big sum of money is coming your way tomorrow? Someone in your life is dying. An inheritance is coming. Honestly, this is just pure brainwashing. They have effectively brainwashed us through the constant stream of Hollywood movies, bombarding our minds with the bizarre and often unrealistic lives of people we see on screen, and it is clear that they have truly brainwashed us into accepting these manufactured narratives. With the amount of money, with values that are not within me but are in my money, in my appearance, in my clothes, in where I live. They have completely brainwashed us, and now, because there is such a massive, lucrative market for spirituality in this so-called age of Aquarius, I have decided to start selling spirituality directly to you. It is all fake spirituality, of course, but it works, and I make a significant amount of money this way. It is just business, really, and people seem to be buying into the illusion. My dear, be careful that in this stage where we are passing through, crossing the bridge, you don't fall to this side. Be strong and cross the bridge. I don't know what other language to tell you this in. It is the time of choice, and everyone makes their own choice. As much as you can during this crisis of decision-making, during this time of the solar eclipse, cut off the links that you feel are from the darkness, from a liar, from someone who wants to make money off of you. If I said I made a connection and received a soup recipe from the Pleiadians, it means the Pleiadians among the extraterrestrials have nothing better to do than give me a soup recipe, and you write down soup and I sell this soup to you. Would even a simple, unsuspecting sheep really be willing to accept these questionable things? Be careful where you are doing collective meditation, which has become trendy now. You send messages to each other saying, let's meditate. For what? Sit quietly by yourself and deeply imagine what you truly want for the universe. Imagine that the whole vast universe has finally become aware of its own existence. It is a truly profound thought to hold in your mind. Imagine that no one is making these people rich by lining up for suicide on these YouTubes anymore. They are, unfortunately, feeding superstition back into our society once again, and they are doing it in a completely different way than before. At one time, roughly 7,000 years ago, humanity lived in a state where people simply did not understand that they needed to be clean, nor did they realize that true power actually comes from deep within themselves. Instead, they sought meaning by presenting their hopes and needs to others through the forms of prayer, quiet solitude with oneself, the practice of namaz and fasting, all in this very specific way. A 1,000 years later, people who were charlatans branched it out, and it led to this world that we have built. Full of lies, full of deception, full of sickness, full of hopelessness, full of fear. Meaning the whole story, they cast aside philosophy and add to these things that have had superstition added to them. And now, charlatans are doing the same thing to us in the spiritual world. Now, a bunch of charlatans say thousands of things. This will work out right for you. If you do this, you'll see a miracle tomorrow. The issue is the silence of the mind. When you are silent, you receive the awareness yourself. It doesn't need anyone. These are the constructs of the matrix world, and they are effectively brainwashing us all over again in this very specific way. So, if you truly want my honest opinion, just try to count them on your fingers. Maybe 5 or perhaps 10 people at most. Those are the only YouTubers you should think have any real substance. First, you really need to look closely at the person whose voice is coming out. The seminar I attend by so-and-so is fundamentally very different from the seminar hosted by someone else. I first need to see and feel what the teacher's energy is actually like before I can trust them. Are they happy themselves? Do they have marital problems? Do they have friendship problems? Do they have communication problems themselves? Do they have money problems? Do they have welfare problems? Is there no blessing in their life? All tarot readers are dying of poverty. They are moaning because their money has no blessing at all. Blessing leaves their lives. Those who practice black magic never see the color of happiness and peace. Now, I go and do black magic on someone because I am in love with them. That person will not suffer any harm. But the one who performed the black magic and I, who paid money to have this done, all the blessing will leave my life. And when you are truly in touch with the light and deeply in touch with pure love, you become completely honest with yourself. You learn to love yourself fully, and in that state, you no longer carry any sorrow. You no longer hold on to any fear, and you no longer have any despair in your heart. The reason I don't love myself is that there are a world of broken glass shards inside me that need to be cleaned out. If I don't have a good relationship with my family, with my friends, with my society, if I have financial problems, physical problems, mental problems, I need to clean this place up. And one cannot just come and wave their hand for 2 minutes and say, I'm magically cured. I don't have any problems anymore. You dirtied the house yourself. You have to clean it yourself. And this work not only gives you pleasure, but it is real, that's right. Don't wait for someone else to come and clean your house because they will just come and make more of a mess. Don't wait for political leaders to come and change your life because they themselves have gone and will go. They were also lies. They were full of pride. They were exploiting me and you. Now, in this era, in these 18 months, all the economic charlatans, the bankers, those who owned banks, ran the economy, ran the policies, considered themselves heroes, or the Hollywood types who had created an image for us with brainwashing movies, with fake actors who had a fake life on camera and a miserable life inside their homes. All will be exposed. All will come out. Everything will become clear to everyone, and then I'll say, wow. For a lifetime, I wanted to be like so-and-so. I went and changed the face that God had given me just to look like them. I went ahead and completely changed my entire lifestyle just to dress exactly like them. I even decorated my own house based on those specific celebrities I had seen on screen. And honestly, all of these superficial things just bring innovation and pressure, all designed to make you and me feel miserable. But eventually, all of this deception will be brought to light for everyone to see. It truly marks the inevitable collapse of all these charlatan politicians who have misled us for far too long. It is time for a change. All those who acted with arrogance and ego. The time for arrogance and ego, whether it is personal in terms of leadership, being the head of a company, or even being an overbearing husband or wife, is coming to an end. All of these things, every single one of these displays of pride will eventually be destroyed. You really have to make a choice. Either you change yourself right now, or you are going to go down that cliff. I don't know how else to say it. There is no room for cheating here anymore. This is not a place for me to sell you something fake. Here, it's just you and yourself. Either you decide to jump off that cliff, or you choose to climb up this mountain instead. There is no cane I can give you, nor is there a cart I can put you on to carry you up. There is nothing. It is just me, myself, and the powers that I have silenced, that I have slowly killed off by simply being part of the crowd in this personal suicide. We have killed our souls. Now is finally the time for my true talents to come out and shine, to put aside all the pretense I have carried for so long, to take off the mask I have been wearing, and to stop trying so hard to fit in with the crowd around me. Now try a test. Go outside, have 3 people look up at the sky like this. Just look at the sky like that. You'll see a 5th person come along and look at the sky like that too. Suddenly you'll see the whole street doing the same thing. And they don't even see anything. The same way we saw the moon, saw Khomeini in the moon, saw the king in the sun, and imagined such and such. All of this comes from the fact that I decided today to go there and do this with my hand. There is nothing in the sky. The sky is just like yesterday, and the sky is just like tomorrow. And then come back tomorrow and see how many people on YouTube say what they saw in the sky yesterday. I connected with the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians told me that there was such and such in the sky. If you didn't see it, it's because you don't have a connection, but I do. Let's not be sheep. Let's not accept everything. Everything is within me. Knowledge is within me, love is within me, and I project outward exactly what is inside me. I simply cannot be vinegar and then turn around and pretend to offer you a glass of rare vintage wine. It would be dishonest of me to try. I can easily mimic the appearance of fine wine, and because of that, you might end up paying a very high price for it. But when you open the bottle, you realize I sold you vinegar. Be careful what you buy. Your capital is your energy. You are essentially giving away your energy, and in the process, you are just making them rich. Even YouTube itself has realized that meditation gets the highest amount of money. Why? Because people put it on and go to sleep, and it just keeps playing, and the hours keep adding up. It's cutting them off. It's finding the ones that are copy-paste and cutting them off. It's welcoming those who show their faces. Come on, show yourself. Who are you? What are you saying? And this light shines and illuminates everything for us, unless I close my eyes and don't see it. Become blind, become mute, become deaf. But the universe will bring everything before us after this August 12th. Where is the problem? What is the good way? What is the bad way? Who brought these troubles upon you? You brought them upon yourself because you believed. And all of this can be changed. Because right now, the universe wants to lead us to our spiritual elevation. It wants to scrape away all these thorns, weeds, and filth from us. So do not go and help a group that will destroy themselves. Do not go and play in that group. You should go ahead and choose to play in the group that is destined to win. But you might be wondering, who exactly will come out on top? Well, the answer is simple. It is always the people who are truly honest and sincere. People who know the power of the words they speak and do not play games with others' minds. I do not play with the life of someone else who believes in me, because the reaction will come back to me. I don't care about today's money. I care about the prosperity and blessings of my future. So I don't lie. I respect myself. I don't imitate. I would bow down to the charlatans of YouTube if they came out and spoke for themselves. That means they have reached their own level of growth. If they come out and say, I lied, I played tricks, I don't know anything about lottery numbers, I don't know anything about the Pleiadians, I don't even know what's going on. I understood 4 words about Arcturians and Pleiadians, listened to 2 2-minute audiobooks by Dr. Cannon or Many Lives, Many Masters, and then said, let's make money this way. Honestly, I would be willing to bow down right now if they just came out and finally confessed to everything they did. Because if they choose not to take that responsibility, then quite frankly, they are really no different from someone who is out there selling heroin on the street. They are drug dealers. Not only do they inject themselves with heroin, but I've also brought my child and my family there, and I'm begging them, please, inject me with heroin too. Please inject me too. It makes me feel good for 5 minutes. I feel happy for 5 minutes. I feel like I'm wise too. I feel like it's become a déjà vu. I mean, in 2020, I kept saying these things about vaccination, about the disease, and even some of my close friends said to me, hey, why are you doing this? You've studied, you're educated, yet you're acting like an uneducated person. Go get it yourself, too. I know a doctor, go get it yourself. And those who knew doctors would say very proudly that we found an acquaintance who will give us 5 shots. We took everyone there. If you want, I can give you the contact. And I kept saying, let's not get the vaccine. And today it seems like I'm repeating myself because that was a sensitive point in 2020. And now, as of August 12th, 2026, it's a different point. This time is the last time too. It's not about maybe I'll survive, maybe I won't, maybe I'll become aware, maybe I won't, maybe I'm pregnant, maybe I'm not. You're either pregnant or you're not. There's no middle ground. There's no such thing as half pregnant either. You either make up your mind and come to this side, or you go and fall off the cliff. I am truly sorry to have to say this to you, but right now, you are standing at a critical crossroads and you have a very important choice to make. You have the genuine choice to finally open your eyes and your ears and see the actual truth for yourself, not just what is being broadcast on the news, not what the politicians are telling you, not what they are using to scare you with threats of wars, not what the astrologers are feeding you, and certainly not what the whole group of charlatans out there are saying, claiming that we meditated, and then someone else picks up a coat hanger and points it left and right, guessing who is dead, who is not dead, who is. I am willing to compete with the whole world on this. If there is anyone who can truly connect, come here and do this with me, or pick up a coat hanger and tell me about 3 people. 3 people that I know, not them, and I'll write their names down and tell the rest of the world, but that person who uses a coat hanger like that, let's see if they can tell the truth about them. We are in the world of selling drugs through the darkness. Now, some people have knowingly entered the darkness. Some make money from the darkness. Some are the darkness itself. And the unaware person, the sheep-like person, the person who thinks like an ant, goes and becomes a follower of these people and doesn't realize they've taken their child into the heroin line and says, give my child heroin too. Well, this is even worse than that, because with heroin, you can go somewhere and quit it. Once you get these links, there's no cure for it anymore. If you don't reach your spiritual elevation in these 18 months, if you don't work on yourself, and it only comes from within yourself, choose 3 people. Choose 3 people and listen to them with your heart. First, listen to your heart. Your heart tells you, this doesn't seem real to me, or this seems honest to me. And even if a person was honest, I myself have no doubt about my own honesty, and those who know me have no doubt about my honesty, but it might not sit well with someone. That person needs to leave here. My frequency vibration is not in sync with theirs. I don't welcome that person, and I am not useful to that person either. They need to get out of here. Those who resonate with it, those who think, I hadn't thought of this, or I knew these things but wasn't acting on them. They are finally waking up to the reality of the situation, and many individuals who are fully aware of what is happening on this Persian channel have now arrived. It is absolutely critical that they take the initiative to raise awareness for others who are still in the dark about these important developments. They need to help others. We can pull someone out who is stuck in the snow, but we can't carry them on our backs and take them up the mountain. But we can pull someone's foot out. Leos have a very intense transformation here. They reach the truth, they reach themselves, they reach awareness. A lot of things change within them. Tauruses and Scorpios have a major transformation, and they must set aside any mask they had in the past or any previous personality they weren't satisfied with and enter another body, another personality, another parallel world. Also, people-pleasing shouldn't be a thing anymore. It's about who I am myself and what satisfies me. I said Leos and Aquariuses will grow infinitely. Aquariuses need to discover themselves. If Leos have pride, they need to set it aside. The me attitude must go, and they need to find that true light and love from within themselves. Not by following someone, but through inner awareness. This current period, especially looking ahead until next month, and even more so throughout the next 6 months or stretching all the way to February of 2027, is a truly pivotal time. It is a season when we are called to deeply discover and evaluate all of our inner assets. And the answers we receive, along with the specific actions we choose to take, will set a chain of events in motion. The reaction to those choices will ultimately bring profound light and genuine blessings into our own lives, provided that we remain completely and utterly honest with ourselves throughout the entire process. We must not lie. We must take the mask off our faces. We must cooperate. We must give unconditional love during these 6 months. We must know where we are signing up, which restaurant we are signing up to go eat at. It is exactly the same. Which seed am I planting? Which YouTube channel am I going to? And what am I getting from whom? Do I want to be like them? Because they are my leader. They are leading me, right? Is that really the path I want to follow? Or do I want to be myself at my very best? Do I want to be happier, to be more hopeful, and to be more powerful in my own life? Do I want to finally break free and no longer be a prisoner of my own fear? It makes me wonder, what does power actually mean in this context? Is it control over others, or is it the strength to be truly free? In my personal opinion, true power really means having the capacity to use it, but choosing not to exercise that power at all. If you choose to use your powers in a negative way, much like how many leaders throughout history have exploited their influence solely for their own personal positions, it reveals a deeper truth. Consider that right now, perhaps 90% of those who call themselves charlatan spiritual masters are merely using their supposed gifts to line their own pockets. When you witness this kind of behavior, it truly means that they do not possess any real power at all. Power comes from within me. Power comes from these words, where my brain has connected with my soul in the Akashic records and is coming out of my mind. So I am protected. This is what we want to strengthen within ourselves. I am not protected through such and such leader. I am not protected through my bank money because all of this might disappear and all of this will disappear. The issue of gold comes up, the issue of cash comes up, the issue of banks comes up, all these issues of these heroes that I spent a lifetime making YouTube videos for, fawning over and saying, oh, if this person comes, everything will be fixed. All those individuals who are consumed by a desperate hunger for authority and who wielded that superficial influence only because they fundamentally lacked any sense of true inner power will ultimately face their destruction. All those who built a business out of their own pride and self-righteousness will not last. So come join the team of a higher human being. Look closely at your own personal models for inspiration. Look at figures like Gandhi. Look at the life of Buddha, and really take the time to see how Buddha reached his own profound knowledge and understanding of the world. Buddha, who was in the palace, had money, had a life, went into solitude and reached a wealth that made him cast aside artificial wealth and attain his inner wealth. And to this day, he is our leader. Do these sites lead you to this high level? Or does it just make you happy for a temporary 2 hours and then a series of disappointments and fears follow? When you have no fear, it means you are rich. It means you have faith. It means you have faith in the source. Huh? I am protected because I have faith. I am not dependent on anything. I am not dependent on the bank. I am not dependent on the government. I am not dependent on that other thing, YouTube. I don't need to meditate in a group with people who I don't know what kind of link they are giving me. I am not needy. I am rich. Abundance is within me. Power is within me. And we can each be leaders if we find ourselves, if we put aside these transcriptions we take from others and build up my YouTube today to see what's good in the market so I can go after that too. That time is over now. The food that was in this can has expired. I shouldn't give it to my child. I shouldn't give it to my parents. It's poison. It might bring me a few dollars today, but it's poison. I'll end today's video by saying, connect with water, be with nature, go find some solitude under a tree, be alone with yourself, don't be a sheep, don't get fooled by others, and don't stand in line for suicide. Everything you are looking for is right here. Wealth is here, abundance is here, blessings are here, love is here, light is here. Find true solitude and take a moment to turn off all the noise from the outside world so that you can finally hear your own inner voice clearly. This is the message for the August 12th solar eclipse. You have exactly 6 months to cast out all the darkness, the banality, and the lies from your life. It is time to begin. Take care of your chest area. Be careful with a heavy exercise. You might suffer physical harm because these are links given to you, the wrong places you've gone, the wrong conversations you've heard, the wrong places you've followed. And its effect and action on shortness of breath, the possibility of heart problems, the possibility of headaches, the possibility of dizziness, the possibility of vomiting or nausea or digestive issues, the possibility of muscle aches, all of these could be there. We are all capable of becoming superhuman, and we are heading in that direction. This highway is taking us there. We have finally reached the same state of being that we were thousands of years ago, before we were systematically brainwashed and conditioned by society. We are heading back there now, so please do not let these things, these manipulative matrix markets and artificial systems, bring that old, dark superstition back into your lives again. Stay vigilant and keep your minds clear. I kiss all of your hearts. Until the next video, I entrust you to my great God.